Um, Talking about investment,
Mhm.
we come to capital.
Mhm.
And London has been, and it still is, the back office finance capital, where a large portion of the money flows into and goes to other places, as you were mentioning quite eloquently in the expression of switching box. So, which capital tools from London work best today for Maharashtra projects? Things like export credit, private credit, green finance, knowing that there's a lot of sustainability focus as well, coming down from PM Modi himself to all the state governments, federal and state.
Well, the financial world here in London is a very complex one. Firstly, we have about 25,000 businesses in the city of London, and arguably some 10,000 work in financial services and related professional services, something of that order. That's hard to get your head around.
Yeah.
And most of them are small businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So I always point out that London is about international wholesale finance. So there's retail finance, which we are not delivering retail financial services products to India or any other country. We don't even deliver them in Britain. Well over half of our banking sector is not located in the city of London. And so we're very much a wholesale market. So we have just under 300 banks in the city of London, but there are only 4 large British banks, and only one of them is located in the city of London. So it's that's the sort of work that we do, that behind the scenes wholesale markets operations.
Yeah.
And the reason I go on about the size of the companies is of our 25,000 businesses, only 250 are not small and medium-sized enterprises. So very large areas of finance, take protection and indemnity mutuals. Roughly 12 firms with about 100 people each in London control 95% of that global market. And many of your listeners will have no idea what P&I is, and it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of very, very big areas of finance that are controlled in London by small firms. And so navigating that is I think, very important for Indian firms to get in and understand what they need, and for people like me and you to help them find what they need to get the job done. Small example, you're building say a large hydroelectric project in South Asia. Real example, by the way. You want to insure the turbines for 40 years. Where do you go for that? And you do want that insurance, because it's saying this turbine will last for 40 years in this dam, and if it fails, I will compensate you. I can find you that insurance here in London, but the firm that provides it only has about 35 or 40 people. So you're in this kind of, how do I navigate that type of complexity? When it comes to the capital tools you were talking about, there's a lot of emphasis on liquid equities, listed equities. I'm very keen on it, and the London Stock Exchange fulfills that role, and there are a couple of other smaller exchanges here in London. ACI comes to mind, where you can do things. But don't forget trade finance, as you mentioned. Factoring, invoice discounting of various forms, insurance guarantees on exports. And I think sometimes people don't appreciate the value, honestly, of the debt markets. Private debt markets are sometimes a better option for people who are looking for long-term patient equity than trying to get a listing or something. And going back to the quarter by quarter, explaining to the investors every time. Makes sense. And I think with regards to the financial services itself, you mentioned quite rightly about the number of banks that are headquartered here. I mean, it would be an interesting metric to identify which is the most populous city in the world with the highest number of banks per square mile, I think. We know it's here. Okay. Nice one.